I just built this acrylic box. It's actually a bakery thing where you know, you can serve baked goods to people at your bakery if you had one. And I actually bought this a long time ago when I was doing cookies all the time and never used it, never even opened it. So I just opened it because I had the greatest idea. I tried to sell it on Craigslist actually, and there were no bites. And then I had an epiphany. This can be used as an indoor greenhouse. So I built it just now. And I'm not going to put the trays in. There's two slots for trays. I'm not going to put the trays in. But then what I did was I took my little lights, these 4 strips, and hot glued them to the top on the inside. And and then I'll put a heat mat down there on the bottom. So, sorry for all this movement. You see, I put the 4 light strips up there, hot glued them, and then I'll use the heat mat at the bottom to germinate some seeds. But anyway, I thought that was kind of a genius idea to use this box for that purpose, since it was just sitting around in its packaging. Anyway, I think the first seeds that I'm going to start and place in here will be my loofah, the loofah seeds, because they take over 200 days of growing time. So actually I should have started them last month, and I kept thinking about it and just put it off until now. So hopefully we'll get some sort of harvest from the loofah. But I'm going to plant a few of them just for kicks and giggles, just to make sure that we get germination, you know.
Jim, hold his legs.
Where's the Rudy boy? Hi. Look at them chicky babies. There's some birdies in there.
Yeah.
Oh man, that's hilarious.
I got 6 eggs so far today.
That creamy chicken is probably half buff or mostly buff or something.
You mean
Orpington.
butterscotch cupcake?
Yeah, your butterscotch
Yeah.
girl.
And Beauty, she's a tiny bit not pure white either. And then the other white ones got little black specks on them, so they're mixed.
Yeah. Oh, one birdie got out.
Yeah. They need to get out before sometimes they don't. There's several of them in there.
Yeah, there's 3 in there that
This
I
is
see.
their dinner. I gave them breakfast already, but I wanted to bring them something. They eat a lot.
Uh-huh. Yeah, they do.
They're having a double portion today. I hope he doesn't let out a big poopy on me.
Oh, there goes another one.
Really?
Uh-huh.
I didn't even see him. Now's the time for them to come out. I already cleaned their coop.
Hi, Rooster boy.
He's a beauty, isn't he? He's very handsome. Rudolph.
Hey, Rudolph. Who dat?
That's Beauty. Look at the top of her beak.
Oh.
The black came off, and it's.
Yeah.
I hope it grows back, but I just don't know if it will.
Are they all in now? 1, 2,
Yeah, they're all
3,
in.
4, 5, 6, 7, 8.
Yeah.
Shall I close the door?
Yeah.
So they don't come back out?
That's good. And kick that away from the front.
What?
George, it won't close. You have to get that those things out of the way. Yeah, just close it. Don't lock it, because I have to go in there and get the rest of the egg.
Okay.
See what happened? Yeah, that's good. But now the birdies won't get it to come out.
Hi, Papa. You can't see from one of your eyeballs, can you? There. Now you can see. Hi. Oh, sorry. What a pretty boy. You got puffy cheeks.
Yep. And two of the grays do.
Yeah.
And the buff butterscotch has a puffy cheek. So 3 of the hens have puffy cheeks. And there's 10 of them.
Is
7
this
of them.
this one your
The funny feather one, and then yeah, you can tell. Yeah, that one.
trying to find? No, she's not hurt. Where's the hurt girl? Oh, there she is. That's her right there, isn't it?
It's her top beak. Get a close up
Yeah.
on it. But she's getting better. She's able to. She's still low mat on the totem pole now.
Hey, girl.
Take a video of her.
Yeah, it's recording.
Yeah, I'm just wondering whether that it will heal anymore.
Yeah, I'm sure it
The
will.
black part somehow came off. Either the other hens pecked it off of her, or she rubbed it off. It was probably like a gangrene sort of thing. A nastiness, a blackness,
Yeah.
a deadness. So a couple days ago, I noticed that it was her top beak was really small now. So I hope it gets strong and calcifies with all the good food.
I finally cut the butternut squash that I had sitting on my counter for like 3 or 4 months. And frying it up now. This is in bacon fat. I just cooked a whole pack of bacon. Because I just made a frittata. This frittata has bacon in it, like half a pack of bacon, and some Colby Jack cheese, and some potatoes and butternut squash, and some parsley, some fresh parsley. And I whipped up some eggs and milk and threw it in the oven for about 30 minutes, 35 minutes, something like that. And this is for Mom, for her week, for one of her little meals while she's at work. She's been giving me like 3 cartons of eggs every time I see her, basically, because the chicken boos are really cranking out the eggs right now. So she's swimming in them, and she doesn't eat them much. So I figured I would feed her and cook these frittatas for her, because she doesn't really cook for herself either. She cooks for the chickens and the dog, but not really. I mean, she does cook for herself, but not like food like this. She makes weird stuff. Anyway, as long as she likes it, I'm not knocking her food. I'm not going to eat it, but she cooks it for herself. Anyway, this is for Mommy, and I've got her last load of laundry in the dryer now, so I'll fold that up. I'll take all her laundry and her frittata over to her when she gets home from work in a little while. It is 7:49 a.m. and I've been up for about maybe 2.5 hours. I got up around 5-ish, something like that. I was napping on the sofa. Gabriel and I made some taquitos de papas y puerco. So we fried those up last night and had that for our dinner, I guess you could say. It was like 11 at night. Anyway, I've got some brown rice which I'm getting ready to cook up for the puppy dog. And I'll feed them some of these butternut squash that I'm frying up with some rice. This is a bunch of scraps for the chicky boos. And I have a pineapple that I need to chop up. And also, I had some fresh bell peppers, red and yellow bell peppers, which I stuck in the food processor, as well as an onion. And I ground all those up, so I'll use those. I think I'm going to fry up some potatoes for myself for the week. And use some of those in the potatoes. And I'm just meal prepping right now, so that's what I do. These butternut squash are so good. Forgot how good they are. I have a really big mess. I decided to clean my back room, so everything is just in disarray right now. But I just moved the plants from the wall by the window to the wall by the kitchen, which is where that big shelf was. That was there, and I had that box of plant stuff, a couple boxes high in the corner right there. And then I had this one, I think it was here, but it was pushed over a little more because I also had some stuff in the corner right there. Anyway, so I moved everything around. I think I've been working on this for about 4 o'clock now in the morning. I think I've been working on it for about 2.5 to 3 hours maybe. Anyway, I just cleared off this one. I have lots of extra shelves, 2 extra shelves on this one, which I took from this one because this is the one that is my plant shelf, and this is the one that I needed a lot more storage on for the kitchen pantry stuff. And I took all of my cookie things, all of my cookie supplies, all the boxes and bags and all the things that were on top of the shelves at the very top are now there in the kitchen, which I need to take upstairs. I think that's gardening stuff, and this is all gardening stuff here. And I also have more gardening stuff in there. I think it's the bottom box, but and that's my toolbox, so that stays. Anyway, I have got to move this bottom shelf up a little bit because I'm going to put my water bottles under there. So they're going to be, this one's going to move up just about 8 inches, and then each one will come up, and this one will be at the very top level with that one. Anyway, so this is what I'm working on now. I'm going to put up the lights and get some seedlings ready, hopefully, if I have energy for it tomorrow morning, maybe. We'll see. We shall see. But this is what I'm working on. I'm really, really happy with all of my organization that I've done, because this has just been a huge mess back here. And then the bun rack will have to go in front of the window there because there's no other space for it. But that's what's happening. The shelf is finished. Those 2 lights work too. I just didn't turn them on. Anyway, I guess at the top I'll put some boxes, the gardening supplies, because I still have a lot of boxes and stuff to find a home for. But anyway, the shelves are done, the lights are in, the cords are mostly arranged in a way that they won't get in the way of the seedlings. I used some hooks to keep them all out of the way. Last year I used twisties, and it was still a mess. They got in the way of the seedlings growing when they got bigger. But anyway, I'm proud of myself. I got a lot of work done. I have no idea what time it is. It's probably 5 something by now. 5:16. And look at all this mess. All of that down there, gardening stuff. All of those are gardening things. I have no idea where I'm gonna put that. And this shelf, this bun rack, needs to go somewhere also. Just put it here in front of the window for now. If I have that, which will go outside in the spring. I should probably move this over here because I still have this one little, what is this thing called? Starts with a C. I keep forgetting the name of this, but at least it can get some light over here. And whew, now I can get out the back door and take all this garbage out. But yeah, I'm pretty pleased with all of my work. Not bad. I told myself I needed to get up and do this because I was on the track of just laying around. Anytime I'm sitting on that sofa, man, all I want to do is sleep. So I made myself get up and be productive. And now I will finish up. So I'm just now making a big old batch of my Chipotle Mexican rice seasoning. I usually make a really big batch of this and separate it out into little snack-sized Ziploc baggies and put them in the freezer so that I could just pull out one little baggie for a pot of rice each time I need to make rice. And what I put in it is 1 can of, I already put everything in the recycling, but 1 can of Chipotle peppers in adobo sauce. And this time I used 1 can of El Pato sauce, which it said it was a Mexican salsa, pepper salsa is what the can says, but it's not salsa, like, it's just saucy. This time I also used a can of tomato sauce just because I found it in my pantry last night when I was organizing, and I figured I'd use that. I also threw in a jar of tomatoes with peppers that I canned from the summer, and I used 3/4 of a big onion and probably about 8 cloves of garlic, fresh garlic. And of course I put chicken bouillon, probably about 1/8 of a cup of chicken bouillon, and about a teaspoon of cumino. I didn't put any salt or anything else. Sometimes I'll put Mexican oregano in it. I didn't do that this time just because I didn't think about it, but you can always put that in the rice when you cook it if you like that flavor. Anyway, I've got a pot of frijoles simmering. I put the other quarter of the onion into this pot and a spoonful of some diced garlic and some bay leaves. I was watching a YouTube video today from this Mexican lady I think she was in Nevada. I can't remember now. But she is like a self-proclaimed frijolera. That's what she said on her video. But anyway, she loves all things frijoles. So I learned a tip from her, which was you never salt the beans while they're cooking. You only salt them after, and that is because the salt makes the beans hard, and thus the cooking process must take longer. Anyways, I have gone shopping and I have all the things that I need for dinner tonight. I'm hoping it's 7:06 p.m. and I'm hoping I can have this ready before Mom goes to work, so I can take her a couple meals for the rest of the week. Aldi had some really good looking avocados. I think they were like 69 cents, so I got a few of those. I'm going to take those over to Mom. Got some tortillas, but tonight I'm going to try my hand at fresh tortillas. I'm going to make some dough out of the masa corn flour and try to make some fresh tortillas. What else did I get? Where is it? I got some beef in here somewhere. This is the garlic that I used. And I have a whole nother jar here too. But the garlic that I crushed and put in olive oil. Oh, there it is. My beef. I'm going to cook the ground beef. Might use taco seasoning. Not really sure yet. But I saw this recipe on YouTube from Views on the Road. Those two Mexican sisters. I think they're out in Las Vegas somewhere, Nevada somewhere. But anyway, they made fresh tortillas and they rolled out the dough and used cups and bowls to, cut out round shapes of whatever size they wanted. And it was about a 1/4 inch thick, and they fried them instead of cooking it like a tortilla, because the tortilla would be much flatter. But they fried them and then cut it open vertically to create a pocket out of the entire thing, and sort of like a papusa. And then you stuffed it with the beans and beef and lettuce and cheese and all the things, kind of like a taco. So I'm going to try that, I think. We'll see how far I get before I get tired anyway. And I still have to cut this pineapple. I need to do that probably now before I ignore it and then I just don't have time to cut it. And then it goes bad. Because it's like probably already past optimal ripeness. Just finished the rice. And this is what's left for me and Gabriel. This is pork broth from the pork butt that I cooked last week. And these are a couple meal boxes that I've made up for Mom, and some rice to take over for her to feed herself for the rest of the week, I guess. And I've got the beef, and I'm getting ready to cook that just as soon as this rice is done. I mean, it's done, but I like to cook it on low just to get the remaining moisture out, because I feel like it's still really moist. And I don't know if you can see, but this little crispy bit. I like for the rice to kind of get a light crispiness on the bottom. Sort of a Mexican tidied, if you will. Like the Persian rice that went wrong when I tried to make tidied. Anyway, it works when I make Mexican rice. So I guess that's only befitting because I am Mexican. Anyway, all right, so that's that, and then I gotta cook the beef and mash up the beans, the frijoles, and I have the maseca here, and I think that'll be enough. I only need 2 cups, so I'm sure that's enough. And then I'll get to rolling that, and I gotta chop the tomatoes and cabbage and grate some cheese. So all little things. And then it's 8:14 now. So if I leave before 10, if I leave by, yeah, I need to leave before 10 to get to Mom's house to deliver this food to her. So let me get cracking on all the rest of these things, and I'll bring you along later. The beef is cooked, and I just strained all of these frijoles out of the pot that they cooked in. I reserved the liquid just in case I need more. And I'm cooking them in the pork broth that I got from the pork butt that I cooked last week. So I'm just mashing these and cooking them and mashing them, and soon we'll have refried beans. And then still have to chop the tomato. I got the cabbage washed and spun, and too bad the avocados aren't ripe yet. And then I have to do the tortillas, and it is 8:40, so I'm moving right along. I'll have some fresh tortillas done for Mom by the time she's ready to go to work, so I'll deliver her meals and then I'll come home and eat. And then I'll crash. Because that's what I do. I eat, sit on the sofa, get comfortable, and then I crash. Alright, I'm cooking my homemade corn tortillas. And they're supposed to puff. Is it puffing? This one's not puffing, but the one before did. Lift that up for me. Nope, don't touch it. You didn't wash your hands yet. Never mind. I'll show you the next one. Okay, so this is the first side. You cook it for about 10 seconds, then you flip it. Cook it for about 20 seconds. And then when you flip it again, it's supposed to puff. Is it ready? Is it ready? Has it been 20 seconds? I think it's ready. Okay, it's starting to puff. It's starting. Supposed to tap it in the center and it'll puff. Maybe the heat's up too high. I don't know. See, this is the puff I was talking about. It's supposed to puff. Got another one cooking. It's 9:35. And I'm going to finish up these tortillas. Any poofing? No poofing on this one? I guess they all can't have the poof. I have Mom's meals all packed up, finished over here with the tortillas. But I'm going to make those little fried pocket ones later when I get home out of the rest of that dough. Anyway, it is 9:55 and I gotta rush because Mom's ready to go. Just got to Mom's house. It's like 10 after 10. Romeo's there on the porch. Hi, brother. How's my brother? How's my brother? Hi. Say hi to the camera. Say hi to the camera. Hi. Kisses. Good boy. What's in the bag? What is that? Hi, kisses. Some more kisses? Okay. Oh, don't knock me down. Don't knock me down. Oh, let me go in. Oh, hi, Mommy. Say hi to the camera. Ready for work?
Yep.
All right.
No.
I brought you some brioche bread because I'm not going to eat it.
Huh?
I'm done eating it. Aldi had some good avocados for 69 cents.
Wow. Are they ripe?
No. It's too bad they're not. I have
here's my food.
one meal. Okay, is that going to put in there?
Yeah.
And here's the fixins, some sour cream.
Okay.
Queso. Tomato.
I just brought him in.
Cabbage. And I'll put the rest away.
Okay.
There's another meal for tomorrow.
All right.
And a whole bucket of rice. It's dark. There's Romeo. Mommy's in her car and he wants to go. He wants to go with her. I know, buddy. I'm going to take him on a quick walk. She's getting ready to go to work. She going to work? Sorry, brother. There goes your mama. He's so concerned he didn't get to go with her. Hold on. Come here. Watch yourself. Come on, Romeo. Let's go for a walk. He likes to sniff my car. Because I sometimes take him for a ride too. Okay, brother. Come on, let's go for a walkie. Okay, so I actually ended up frying these homemade corn tortillas that I made. And I made some of these ones also. They're like little papusas. They're the thick ones, and then you cut it in half, and then you fill it like a taco. Anyway, I'm sure they're going to be delicious. And we're going to have tostadas, because I've got a whole pot of beans here. There's Gabriel's plate. Use a spoon,
I
dude.
know I'm using the wrong spoon.
It's 2 o'clock in the morning, and I did not crash after eating. I watched a movie where the crawdads sing. It was a really good movie. I'm cooking another batch of rice because the first batch, I put my foot in that batch and it's all gone except for a serving, maybe. I sent most of it home with Mom so she could feed herself this week. And Gabriel and I ate the rest of it for dinner, so making some more so I have some food for the week. It goes really good with eggs, scrambled eggs in the morning, or over easy eggs and avocado. So that's a good breakfast. And it's good for just any time of the day. So I like this rice. And I'm making some more. Anyway, I'm not really tired yet. I'm surprised because I didn't get very much sleep today. So, although I did drink 2 cups of coffee, but sometimes even when I'm tired enough, even the coffee doesn't keep me awake. I don't know. I can't explain it. But I'm up. I cleaned the kitchen. Yeah, there's a bunch of crap on the counter that I need to get rid of. But I washed all the dishes, and I need to set the dishwasher and take out the garbage. But other than that, I've got everything done. So there it is, boiling away. So my process is to fry the rice and then throw in the onion after the rice begins to become brown. And then right after I throw in the onions, I throw in, depending on how much rice I'm going to do, I'll throw in some of this chicken bouillon. Usually, this is more than I usually cook. So this pot is going to be packed full when it's done. But I think I put in about a little more than 1/8 of a cup of this chicken bouillon. And I put in 2 little baggies of the rice mix, the sauce, chipotle sauce mix that I made earlier. And then I put in 4 cups of water. I have another cup. So what happens is you let this boil, and I'll end up throwing that cup of water in also once this, I could actually throw it in now. I usually let it cook down a little bit, and I'm not going to put it all in. I usually let it cook down just a little bit and see how fluffy the rice is while it's, as the water evaporates as it's cooking, and to determine whether or not I'll throw all that. I might throw the rest in after I take a look at it. But anyway, so you let it boil, bubble away until you start seeing it pit. Once you start seeing the pits, and I'll come back and show you what I'm talking about. But once you start seeing the little pits in the rice as the water evaporates, then I will either determine whether or not I'll use the rest of the water. And then at that point, I will turn it to low and cover it and let it steam the rest of the way. And usually it only takes about 20-25 minutes to cook this rice from this point. So it's only been like 3 minutes since I put the camera down, and like I said, I packed this full. This is going to be packed full of rice. Look at the level already. I am going to use this water and then some. It's another 1/2 cup of water. Because this rice, sorry, I'm not even pointing at the pot. this rice is, it's just not fluffy enough, if you can see that. So this should be good. It's going to start pitting in just a couple minutes. Like, you can see where the bubbles are. And as this water evaporates, it'll look like pits, little craters. And at that point, that's when I turn this down to low and cover it. But, I don't know. Is that going to be enough? I want to say it probably needs some more water, but I'm going to leave it as this is now and take our chances. I'm going to take my chances and turn this down to low. It's on low, and I'm going to get the lid, cover it, and just let it cook. The baby doggies are eating. We have sweet potato, butternut squash, rice, and some crunchies. Sadie usually gobbles hers up. She'll be done. And Jackson will still be going for 5 more minutes. Rice is still cooking. It's covered. The rice is done. Look at that. This is part of that crispy bottom layer. If this were Persian rice, it would be called tidied. Anyway, I really like the crispy bottom part. And it's 2:48, so it took about 25 minutes, like I said, from the point where it was boiling until completely finished. So I'm just going to leave this uncovered, and so it can cool off, and then I'll pack it up and let it finish cooling off on the counter for a little while, and then I'll put it in the fridge. Now this rice is going to be slightly different in flavor because I did use probably 1.5 cups of beef broth in the rice that I made earlier tonight for dinner, just because I had it in the fridge and wanted to use it up before it went bad. But let me give this rice a taste. I haven't even tasted it yet. Delicious. Delicious. Could use a little bit more salt, but it's fine. I tend to oversalt things and ruin it, so maybe it's good. It's fine without extra salt. Anyway, that's that. That's how you make the Mexican rice.